So it's now day 31 of lockdown learning cab isolation. Bit of a different setting today. We're in a business park on the outskirts of, only just out, well, pretty much actually in Liverpool. We're spraying off some waste ground that's I think we don't want it to be a fire risk if it had the weeds growing all over it. So we've got a bit of glyphosate in the tank, and we're just putting it on nice and slow so that we don't get any drift into the adjacent gardens and flower beds and landscaping around the perimeter of the field. It's not really a field, it's just crushed stone. So you've just seen a video of the outside of the sprayer. So that was after I'd sprayed the grass weeds off this morning at the industrial site. I had to clean down, ready for spraying liquid fertiliser on the oilseed rape again. So I washed out 4 times just to make sure there was no residue in the tank that could damage the oilseed rape crop. And the last time I was rinsing out, I rinsed it out on a field with nothing growing in it. So one of the lads filmed the sprayer coming down the field to show you it working from the outside, and I put the pressure up and down on the sprayer to show the difference. So if you look, you would have seen bits where it was kind of drifting and blowing the mist out of the sprayer. It was only water, so it didn't matter. And then there's a point in the video where it drops to nearly nothing. That's the correct pressure that you'd spray at. So you're trying to push the air, you should push the water out with the nozzles, but if you push it out too fast and too much water in one go, it nearly atomizes and starts to drift and blow around at too high a pressure. So that video illustrates the difference in not having it set up correctly. So if you look at it, you'll see 2 different kinds of spray pattern coming along out the sprayer as it comes down the field. So I'm just spraying this field now. We've got some fly tipping in the middle of it. We've got 3 shopping trolleys. We've got the wheel off the car that probably went through the hedge the other week. The council had the car recovered, the police had the car recovered, but they only took the big bit. They left all the rest of it to get smashed up in our combine. They've got nice shopping trolleys there. So we're just spraying the last field of oilseed rape now. I don't know whether you can see some stripes in it. Well, I could tell you that was an experiment to try and stop the pigeons eating it and to distract them. But in fact, it was because the drill ran out of seed. So we had to patch it up about a week later, and the difference is incredible as to how it is grown. Oilseed rape can often be in the ground for over a year before it's from sowing to harvest. The seeds are so tiny, they're only about 2 millimetre, maybe 3 or 4 millimetre across, and then they turn into like a 2 metre high plant. But it's crucial to get them in early enough in August, so that they can establish well enough, because if not, you can see underneath the cab now was established just only sort of a week to 7 days, it's a week to 10 days before the bit just on my right now, which is just so thin and sparse. And that's just because it didn't get the good start, it didn't get a moist seed bed, it's had a few less growing days, and you know, even now, sort of 200 days later, it's still having a massive difference. So it's very important that at harvest we cut whatever crop is off first, which is on this field it was winter barley, and then we get the oilseed rape crop in straight away. So the rest of the field looks pretty good. It's I feel like I should have had sunglasses on though when I'm spraying it, because it's quite bright in my face. We're putting 282 litres to the hectare on. So I know we've got a bit of a drought, and someone did say to me, oh, will that not water it? Well, when you think 1 mil of rain, which is not really enough to dampen the dust, it's 10,000 litres to a hectare, then 282 litres is nothing really. It's, you know, I think a heavy dew at night gives us more moisture. So I'll get this finished tonight, and then we'll be on with something else again tomorrow, hopefully. I don't know whether I've done a letter of the day today. Maybe we could just do numbers and see what every number I've mentioned adds up to in the end. I don't know whether that could work. So I'll see you all tomorrow.